Office tenants love the phrase TI included. It sounds generous, it sounds convenient, it sounds like you're getting a deal. You are, and there is a catch. When landlords roll your tenant improvements into the rent, you're not getting free construction. You're financing a renovation at a premium through your rent for the entire lease term. Here's the part tenants never see coming. The TI gets paid off after 5 years. Your rent doesn't go down. Today, I'm breaking down why TI included silently inflates your rent, how tenants accidentally lock themselves into above market renewals, and the exact clause I negotiate to protect you from paying the same inflated rent twice. If you lease office space in Burlington, whether it's 1,000 or 100,000 square feet, this might be the most expensive thing you didn't know yet. So what does TI included really mean? When a landlord offers tenant improvements, it's not pure charity. You are improving their space and paying for it. Anything beyond a fresh coat of paint and carpet, well, that cost is simply rolled into your rent. It could be demolition, glass walls, flooring, lighting, doors, millwork, meeting rooms, HVAC improvements. The landlord pays the contractor up front. You pay the landlord back through rent at an interest rate that the landlord chooses. Tenants think they're getting a deal. They're getting a built-in loan. So if you're wondering how your TI improvement inflates your rent, let's talk numbers, since numbers don't lie. Imagine this. Market rent for comparable office space in Burlington is $20 net. Your build-out cost is $40 a square foot. The landlord amortizes that over 5 years. Your all-in net rent now becomes $23 to $24. You think it's fair because the space is new and shiny. The landlord thinks it's fantastic because they just increased their building's NER, which in turn increases the NOI. Here's the part that hurts the tenant. You keep paying that extra $3 to $4 net for the initial term, which is all fine since you just financed the build-out and got a shiny new space. Win-win. However, once the TI is paid off, nothing drops. Your net rent stays at the inflated number unless you negotiate something different. Tenants love the new carpet, landlords love the new math. Every lease renewal starts with a simple question. What's your current net rent? If your rent was inflated by TI, your renewal number is almost guaranteed to already be above market rent before the landlord even applies an increase. Without protection, you get to renew at above market rent. Lucky you. That single mistake can cost a tenant tens of thousands of dollars. And here's the best part. Most office tenants have no idea they're overpaying. They just assume the market went up. And how would you know if you don't use a commercial realtor? You really wouldn't. At the end of the day, the market didn't go up that fast. Just your rent did. Here's where representation matters. I negotiate a clause that resets your renewal rate to true market rent, not the inflated rent created by your TI. This clause says one thing very clearly. Any rent associated with the landlord-funded improvements expires at the end of the initial term and shall not be included in calculating renewal rent. While it's simple, fair, and essential, it's not always easy to get that one in there. However, you get the new space you want today, and you avoid paying the construction premium forever. Recently, a client of mine leased office space built out to their exact layout. The landlord rolled the TI into the rent. The original market rent was $18 net. Their TI bumped their year one rent to $22 net. Without protection, their renewal would have started at $25 when the market upon renewal was at $22. The landlord wanted it to start at the $25 net. However, with my TI reset clause, their renewal started closer to true market. That single clause saved my clients $3 a square foot per year over the next term. On their 4,500 square foot unit, that was a handy $13,500 a year and $67,500 over the renewal term. Tenants don't get that outcome alone. Landlords never offer it voluntarily. This is where experience pays for itself. Here are 5 rules every office tenant should follow. TI is never free. TI increases your rent above market for the full term. Renewal numbers start at the inflated rent. Unprotected tenants pay for the TI more than once. A TI reset clause can protect your future. That's how I stop Burlington tenants from getting trapped. So if you're considering an office move or planning a renewal, let's talk before you sign anything. I negotiate these protections every single day and make sure you don't pay for your own build-out twice. If this saved you from paying premium rent until the end of time, hit subscribe. Tap like so the algorithm thinks you're brilliant. Follow for more CRE truth bombs, and share this with a tenant in your life who's definitely overpaying. They deserve better. I'm that commercial realtor, built for business, backed by data, and negotiating with bite. Now that you know, what are you going to do about it?